In this video, I'm going to be talking about a hidden waterfall in the Bay Area that's nestled in the East Bay, right here, right around where I'm at right now, which happens to be Los Trompos. Stay tuned, and if you're new to the channel, we do a lot of stuff on Bay Area hiking, plants on your hikes in the Bay Area, trails, things to do, tips, tricks, all that good stuff that has to do with hiking in general in the Bay Area. Very informative, very knowledgeable people that I use to give you that information, as well as myself. Me and Beth have been doing this for 60 years combined. Definitely a channel you want to subscribe to. Stay tuned. So we're going to talk about a hidden trail that happens to be in the East Bay, which is in Los Trompos. And I've got GoPro footage that's going to walk you through it all. And you guys will be alongside of me. Now, I don't recommend this trail to be taken with anybody that's got kids, or if they're kind of new to hiking, or if they're walking around in tennis shoes, because it is a real tricky trail to get around. There's a lot of fallen trees right now. It's really muddy, and it's not really a trail in general. I mean, not even supposed to be on there. So, and it's all hidden and tucked away. For your adventure enthusiasts, it's definitely something you want to check out. For anybody, you'll be able to see this footage and at least see what it's all looks like. So I'm going to take a GoPro through there, and I'm going to walk you through everything step by step and show you what these falls are all about. I can't wait. Stay tuned, okay, guys? All right, here we go. So this is Camille here, and you can turn on this road from Danville Boulevard, make a left, and then go up to Camille. Now, it's a private road, but you can still park your car in the street as long as you're not in the red. Never had a problem. And you can access through here. So what we're going through right now is the Mount Diablo Los Trompos Trail, which actually will take you all the way to Mount Diablo if you like. But we're not going to go that way. We're going to go towards Los Trompos. So we're going to go up this way. And this is a private road, so please stay on the trail. The road there, cars could go through there quite a bit. So you want to obey the rules there and just continue on the road here. There's it gets a little muddy in here, but there's a lot of redwoods and stuff, so that kind of keeps the trail under control for the most part. And we're just going to continue up through here. You can see an old walnut orchard to the right. Now, as we go up here, you can see it received a ton of rain. It got quite a bit of rain there, but we're going to go across this bridge, and we're going to continue up. Now, as we continue up here, you can see once we get to a point, you're going to have a little trash can there, some rules about dogs, and you want to continue straight forward right towards those eucalyptus trees and continue on up there. And it can get pretty muddy in here, and this is where it gets muddy and quite steep, so be prepared for that. So as we continue up this trail to the right, you can see some of the black oaks. A really cool trail to check out in the fall. The black oaks are real vibrant. They usually start in September, just a little bit early before the fall starts. Real nice color, and they're also really pretty in the spring, so they should be popping up real soon here within the next few weeks. Definitely something you want to check out. But I'm going to continue up this. It's a little steep. We've already passed the steep part, but it gets a little steep and gets really muddy in here, so just be aware of that as well as you're continuing up. But real awesome nonetheless, so we're going to continue up here. So it's a really nice trail. We're going to pass up that fence there, and we're going to continue on. They get some cattle in here sometimes, but I really like this trail. A lot of valley oaks and some blue oaks and then some scattered black oaks here and there. But for the most part, it's valley. And it's a really nice area. I like to hang out there sometimes and just be one with nature. And it's real easy to get to, too. So we're going to continue on up here and go on up. It's going to get a little steep here, but nothing too bad. And we'll continue on. So now we are hitting a junction where we're going to start getting into the Madone Trail. So it taps into the Madone Trail, and the Madone Trail, just like the tree, the Madrone, we're going to see this. If you keep going up to the right there, you'll hit Corduroy Hills, but we're not doing that. We're going to go left. So we're going to go left down the Madrone towards the Eugene O'Neill house. So we're going to continue on down here. Now we're going to hit this other section. This is a Virgil Williams Trail. It's a single track that goes down that way, and there's actually some water down there, but we're not going that way. We're going to pass that up. We're going to stay in the Madone and go straight. We're not going to make that left. We're just going to keep going straight. So as we continue on to the Madone Trail, we're going to keep going, and it's fairly pretty decent in here, not too much mud. All right. Now, as we continue forth, you can see it's really pretty. It's going to really get nice in the fall. I really like this trail. There's plenty of shade. Just a real awesome place to check out in the spring, fall, all around. I like it a lot. And it's not too steep in areas, but it does tend to get kind of muddy in places. Now, there is a bit of a pig problem in Los Tropez and as well as Mount Diablo, and I'm going to go through that just in a second here. But it is kind of a problem, and that kind of doesn't make it easy. So you can see there's a big mudslide here. This is due to the fact that the pig are tearing up the soil to try to get grubs and food, and as they tear up the soil, it's making everything loose, and it just is prone to have some erosion and some slides. So it's a big slide here that slid into the Madone Trail. So you kind of just got to go over that little hilly hump there. But it's a bit of a problem with the pigs. There's so many of them, and they're constantly coming through here tearing things up. I've run into a few in my time, but usually I always see them when it's pouring down rain, and that's when they come out there the most to rip up the soil to try to find the worms and grubs and food. On the left here, you can't really see it, but you start to see these buckeyes that are starting to pop up. Real pretty tree. They got that nice, vibrant green. And they're going to start flowering in May. But real cool trees. Love the buckeyes, the California buckeyes. Definitely something you want to check out. So we're going to continue on. So now we've hit the Madone Trail, and this is the section where it will hairpin. And right at that hairpin point is where we're going to make our turn to go into these falls. Now you'll see water coming through a pipe on the left-hand side there. And then you'll see to the right, well, here's the pipe to the left. And there it is. You see the water coming down there on the pipe there. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see kind of a cattle gate that's kind of mangled a little bit. And it's hidden in these trees on the right. But that's where we're going to go. And you can see me going through it here. And you'll see this cattle gate right here. We're going to go right past this. Now, you're not supposed to be on this trail. It's not on all trails. It's not on the map. It's nowhere to be found. A few know about it. I've run into a few people in here, but not too many. It's pretty solitary for sure. And Sierra Club, I've heard about them actually taking people through here and leading hikes through here before. So it's known by a few people, and it doesn't surprise me that they know about it. But you're not supposed to be in here, like I said. Now, there's a lot of fallen trees when I came through here on after the big storm that we had. And there was a big bay tree that had fallen down, and it's really muddy. You can see that there's been some cattle in here. And they've tore it up quite a bit, too. It doesn't make things easy with the cattle, and it gets pretty muddy and soggy, and it's, not something you want to come through here with kids, and you don't want to come through here in tennis shoes for sure, or you're going to be asking for it. So be prepared, get your gaiters out, get your boots, get ready to rock and roll. Now you can see this old pipe here. I'm going to get more into that later, but we're going to continue on and keep going forth. And the trail seems to be pretty visible for the most part. It's a nice little single track trail. Very decent nonetheless for the most part, but it does kind of fade in and out here and there. This is where it gets really muddy, real muddy, and it kind of goes up a little ways, and there's some steeper sections. But just be forewarned, there is a lot of mud. And we're going to continue on, and you can still see that little single track trail that people have kind of used to go up there. And I'm going to continue on up the ways. And we're going to keep following this creek we have here to the left. We're going to just keep following that all the way up until it will split. We'll get to that later. But we're going to keep going. And it's a good ways. I'd probably say it's maybe 3/4 of a mile. So we're going to continue up. There's some fallen trees as well, so we're going to have to go through those. Some debris here from the storm and lots of mud. And I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to have to get over this tree here. This isn't too bad, but then we start going down. It's going to get really bad. You can see the mud. When you got water piling up like that, you know you're in for fun. The party's starting. So we got mud here, and we're going to go down to the left here. There might be a better way to go on the right. Actually, I think I realized that the right was a little easier to kind of just go right and then go back down towards the creek. But I went left. I managed to make it, but it's a little steep, so be forewarned. It's not the easiest. So we got another pipe here you can see, and we're going to go underneath this fallen tree and continue on right up against the creek. And this is where the trail starts showing up again. And we're going to continue on. You'll see another, it used to be like somewhat of a relatively bridge, small little like man bridge here, but that is gone. And we're going to go right across here and get across that water and continue to go up. So we're going to continue on through here. Now this section relatively is pretty decent for the most part. The trail's pretty well packed down, and it's actually a pretty area. Really good spot for photography. You're kind of just reflecting by the water here with some nice little falls. If you can get past that mud, you're in good hands. So this section, I was lucky it was dry. It's probably due to the fact that the bays are covering a lot of that left there. So I got lucky, but it is really steep. And you can get up it, but getting down is a whole nother challenge. I've noticed some people, they come back along the creek instead of going up and then down this way because it's pretty steep. But I do this on a regular basis, so getting up and through this stuff is a norm for me. My muscles and body is pretty used to it. So I don't recommend, anybody with kids or a beginner hikers. This is pretty much the turning point for them. But hey, this video is out there so you guys can see it. But if you're an enthusiast, a big outdoor adventure enthusiast, this would definitely be the place to come out and enjoy yourself and check out these falls. So you can see it's kind of steep, a nice little steep slope there as we continue on. These bays are just absolutely beautiful, especially when you've got your 3 o'clock light coming through them. Just love it. So we're going to continue up, and you've got all these ferns here, and I'm going to get up this side here. You can see I've got quite a lot of mud on my pants, so that's due to the fact that I've had to slide in some places because of how steep and muddy it was. But with that big rainstorm we got, it definitely did not make things easy. So we're going to continue through here. Lots of, starting to get into that fern. That's when you know you got a lot of shade. So this part here, you used to go all the way through, but the storm took down a big bay tree, huge bay tree. So I'm going to have to go and flank right to get around it because it's completely blocking. You could probably go underneath, but you're going to have to crawl or bend down quite a ways to get down. And I've got all my gear, so it's going to be easier for me to go right. I can see that a few people have already they've already gone right. So that's what we're going to end up doing. Alright, so now we're down below. I had to cross the creek to get around here, and it's not too difficult to get across the creek. As long as you got your boots and your gaiters, and it's good. You got shoes with traction, because I do not recommend tennis shoes. Now, here you can see a little bit of a bridge. This is a makeshift bridge. You can tell that they cut up some logs with a saw and then made this bridge. Now, the only thing that makes sense to me is if someone was to do that, if they were carrying heavy equipment, uh, or they were trying to get wheelbarrows across there. So it's got like marijuana operation written all over it. I don't think this stuff's going on anymore due to the fact the laws in California are different now. I mean, you can't grow it anywhere like this, but I don't think it's going on anymore. But it definitely shows signs that that stuff was going on. And you can see they were probably crossing up there. I've seen interesting stuff from pipes to areas where they were mounding soil with wheelbarrows. So it's got, if anybody knows anything about it, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I know they had some big bust for marijuana in 2011. So we're going to go up here. You'll see that the creek will kind of split. You see it there to the left, and then you see it also going to the right. We're going to stay to the right. We're not going to go left there. But left, you can go that way, but it's not really much of a trail, and it's pretty difficult getting around. But we're going to go right up this side. And then you can see now that we've got an even steeper slope, and there is pretty much no trail. There's somewhat relatively of a game trail here that the cougars and deer and stuff are using, but for the most part, it's pretty steep, and I've got to slowly get myself down here to get to where I want to go. So all this work I got to do for falls. And this is why you don't want to bring kids with you, because if they slip, they're going to roll down there and they're not going to be happy. They could seriously hurt themselves. So we're going to go up here and get around this rock. I pretty much, for the most part, will stay to the right. Used to be able to go left, but nature's consistently changing, so there's so much debris and everything around here. I've got to work my way around it. And we're just going to get over these rocks. There's a pretty falls, too, to the left there, a little bit. Just a few feet. But we're not focused on that. We're focused on the bigger one. We're going to get around. I'm going to be really careful going around these rocks, especially in the spring and the summer. I want to make sure that I'm tapping stuff just in case any rattlesnakes are down below. We want to let them know I'm coming through so we can get the clear warning. And here we are. Now, the falls is right there, just gorgeous. I got lucky. We had got a lot of rain, so it was pretty awesome. And it doesn't take long for that water to clear up, just about 6 hours, and it's back to clear again on a pouring down, because you're worried about the muddy water. But, man, there it is. And I have not seen it with this much water from my other previous visits. So it's a real awesome falls. Just look at that little one. There's two of them. You got the one right there, and then you have the other one. But that's a smaller one, and then you have the big one to the left. But really enjoy it. It's really pretty. It's just difficult to get to. I'm going to set this here so you guys can enjoy yourselves and take some photos. Me and my personality. And yeah, I really like it. It's really enjoyable. Also, one more quick note. Getting back is, I'd recommend just going back the way you came. It can get pretty tricky taking the other routes. So you got to be pretty good at navigating. So I just take the creek back. That's your best unit of navigation, and just keep going all the way down. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm going to leave you here to the falls and to be at peace. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're almost at 100 subscribers, and it's just ticking away, so it's been going great. We hope to continue to do what we're doing. We're providing 2 videos a week. It's just been fantastic, so I really appreciate that so much. And if you're new to the channel, I definitely recommend for you guys to subscribe, because we are such a vast knowledge between me and Beth. We have a combined over 60 years of experience in hiking in general, and plants and all that good wisdom that you can take with you on your hikes. So like the videos, it helps us out tremendously. Have a wonderful day, and hike on and get out in the outdoors. There's never a good time to hike, but right now. Pretty soon the spring will be here, and it will just be bustling with wildflowers and green and everything. We already see the wildflowers going out. So all right guys, thank you, take care.